On today's show, I'm excited to share the one single business decision that we made at InCourage Martial Arts that effectively tripled our growth, okay? So from 2017, we were doing $1.8 million at 2 locations, which wasn't bad. However, we wanted to grow. And the one decision that we made at that particular point propelled us to where we are now, to 5 locations with $5.4 million in growth. So $1 million per location right now in 2024. Hi, I'm Tule, and welcome to the Simple Profit Podcast, where we focus on one thing and one thing only, and that is to help you to build $1 million grossing businesses. Help us with the follow on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcast. So you may be asking, okay, so it took you 7 years to triple your growth. And that is correct, okay? This is not an overnight success story. This is not a marketing hack that's gonna get you hundreds of students in 1 month. And I'm going to be honest with you, business rarely works that way. It took a singular focus from me, our team, and all of our instructors that are on our staff, and a lot of hard work, and especially getting the right people into our business and getting the wrong people out to get to where we are today. All right. And that's what I'm going to try to share with you today. So how did it all start in 2017? We had in 2017 an identity crisis. At that point, we had a 10-year franchise agreement that was wrapping up with Top Kick Martial Arts and my instructor, John Cassidy, at the time. And since it was ending, we could no longer use that name. So we had to come up with a new name for our business. So a lot of team huddles, meetings took place while we try out to come up with a new name that, if you've done this before, and many of you have done this before, if you're thinking about I'm going to start a business, what's my name? Or you're rebranding your business. We wanted a name that really spoke to us and effectively describe the service that we provide and who we are as a company. We knew that martial arts, or at least I wanted martial arts, to be in the name. Because at the end of the day, our potential clients need to quickly look at our logo, look at our sign, and understand that, hey, this place provides martial arts instruction, because that's what we do, right? So I wasn't going to try to get cute there and come up with a name. And I remember one time we were at Min Wilson's house, then one of our operations manager, now the CEO of InCourage Martial Arts. We were sitting in her living room and Post-it notes were everywhere, with names that maybe could work. Empower Martial Arts, Justice Martial Arts. I remember Pinnacle, Elite. We even had Puppy Kisses Martial Arts up there because we love dogs, but none of it really stuck. And this process went on for a couple of weeks. And one morning, Lynette is my co-founder at my studio, and more importantly, my wife, we were just relaxing and, scrolling through Instagram and Facebook. And she saw a quote that really resonated with her. So she showed me the quote on her phone. It was a nice inspirational quote from the Bible that we both thought made a lot of sense for business and in life. Then she kind of pointed out the Instagram handle to me. We both looked at each other and then I think we knew it right there and then that we had our name. The Instagram handle had the words InCourage, right? And throughout the weeks leading up to it, our team wanted a name that had a meaning that was just more than kicking or punching. We needed a name that spoke to the confidence, the self-esteem, and the overall inner courage that a young student gets from training in the martial arts. So these are all values and benefits that we knew a young student who trained with us would get, any student actually. So InCourage Martial Arts was perfect for us. We shot a text out to our team and immediately all the texts came back like, this is it, this is perfect. That was it. Everybody knew that was the name. That was the perfect name. Of course, we had to check the trademarks and check the names. Was there any other names out there, right? So that was hard. Luckily, there weren't anything in martial arts. And so for us, it became our name. Plus, it was also a play on encouraging, right? Encouragement. Which is what we aspire to be as instructors to our students in our martial arts program. This episode is brought to you by MyStudio.io, the customer management and billing software for the modern day business. MyStudio powers thousands of businesses to ensure that a sign up or a sale opportunity is never missed. Customer management and communication is easy and can be fully automated so you can focus on what matters the most. Coming up with the name wasn't the decision that tripled our revenues, though. It was a part of that. Because throughout that process, we really knew why a particular student or a customer of ours really liked our martial arts program. And what we provided to them was a curriculum within the martial art instruction that spoke really well to them. So after we came up with the name, we said, hey, you know what? We should look at our curriculum and make updates to it because there were some frustrations from our instructors. Some things were hard to teach and it didn't make sense for our students. So at our next meeting, we were discussing which areas of curriculum we should tackle first. So we looked at all of our different programs and classes that we taught, and it quickly became clear that our adult and teen curriculum was not ideal. And you remember in 2017, MMA's popularity was rising like meteorically. It was like going crazy, right? At that point, it really became mainstream. And our adult and teen curriculum had little ground defense in it. We were in traditional martial art uniforms, right? We didn't have any of the rash gears or the cool looking things that, adults and teens wanted to come in to learn, just kind of like their stars like Conor McGregor and Anderson Silva and everybody else that was in the MMA at that point. So we didn't have any of that. So there were 6 people in the room, Lynette, me, Min, and our lead core team that was sitting there. And before we committed to the process of really taking all of our time, our talent, and our focus to go into this curriculum project with the adult and teen, I said, hey, before we jump into this, let's get some data around this before we make a decision, because I always like to rely on data and just not gut instincts alone, right? So both of them have to work together. So we took some time throughout the week to get data. And then at the following week staff meeting, our team presented trends in the industry, ways that we can maximize using our mat space that we weren't using, such as having classes early in the morning, which appeal to adults and teens. We didn't have morning classes or late night classes yet. And this was a great way for us to open up our mats during that time when it was not used. So I asked our team a question. I said, hey, if we are able to double the revenues that we brought in our adult and teen program, and it took us 6 months to really work on this curriculum, marketing, revamp a whole business system. Remember, you got to change your instructor's time, right? You're going to open up morning classes, late evening classes. You got to get different instructors into that. And if we're going to solely focus on that project, if we double that revenue, is it worth it? Everybody said, of course, why not? I said, great, let's take a look at this. So then I showed them our revenue split. Out of our $1.8 million in revenue, only $90,000 came from students who are 13 years and older, or effectively 5%. So I said, hey, let's take a look at this. Does it make sense for us to fully dedicate ourselves to make $90,000 more, right? Doubling the revenue that came from adult and teen. The enthusiasm in the room was a lot less. Let's just put it that way, okay? Because we knew that in order to do this, we would have to change a lot of things. Meanwhile, we have this 95% of our student body who average age was like 8 or 9 years old that brought us really 1.8 million, because when we really dug into it, the majority of the 90,000 that came in from revenues were from parents who just wanted to train and spend time with their kids. They didn't really care about the martial arts curriculum that we were learning, right? I mean, they enjoyed it. They got a sweat of it. They got a good workout. But the main point of the adult and teens that were in our program who were there was so that they can spend time with their kids. So then we said, hey, what if we spent 6 months instead working to improve our children's martial arts program and all of the ways that we can service them, to better service them, whatever frustrations that you have in trying to teach both adults and kids, right? Having one curriculum, or now we're going to do 2 curriculum. So if our staff is not good enough to teach one set of curriculum, how are we going to do to manage 2 sets of curriculum? It's like 2 different businesses almost, right? And if we did that, we just focus on just the children's curriculum and do not care about adult and teen at all, right? I know it's a big paradigm shift for us at that point. But if we did that and we double our revenues, if we made another $1.8 million, would that make sense? Yes, I want to make $1.8 million. And if we look at data from that way, unemotionally, again, everybody in that room, including myself, we love martial arts, we love competition, all of that. But our target market is not us. It's not us. Our target market is the 8 or 9-year-old child is in our program, or what do they want, right? So from a logical standpoint, we took that out and say, okay, great. Here's what our normal student look like. Let's just tailor to that particular student who's bringing in 95% of our income. We came up with the decision to 100% focus on tweaking our curriculum to best fit children. So if today or back then, if you ask us, hey, Tu, what do you do for a living? I say, hey, we provide martial art instructions to kids. We have InCourage Martial Arts. We have locations down the street. It's simple for us. We provide martial arts instructions to kids. That is as simple as what we do. How we do it is a whole different story, and why we do it, we all know, right? It's to make and empower kids and individuals in our community and make a positive difference there. That's kind of really our why. Our how is we provide the martial art instructions for kids and the different ways that we do it in an encouraging way, et cetera, et cetera. So that curriculum and decision to just focus on kids extended to so much more than that, though, right? If you think about it from a marketing standpoint, it all changed. How the way that we design our studios, how we decorate our studio, the look and smell of our studio, everything needs to be attractive to, you're probably thinking, of course, yes, the children, but more importantly, the moms who are taking them there, who are paying the tuition. So we look at, what are the moms who are, 30s and having their kids who are ages 4 to 13? What are these moms, how do they experience this in the marketplace? Like, what does it smell and look like in Target, which is very popular for that age group? And what do they like, right? So we tailored our design of our school to be a lot more open and welcoming. Instead of like having a wall, like glass, and they look in the lobby and they see the instructor, they can't really hear. We decided to take all that away and provide a fully open mat space with bench that wraps around the whole mat so that they can be really close to their kids, right? I'm talking about 10, 15 feet away or 5 feet away from their kids as they're practicing, and they can hear our instructors. And so that transparency was something that we knew that our clientele wanted, the parents of the kids that were taking our class. So safety and transparency became one of our main pillars. And then, of course, fun was that last third pillar that tied it all together. Because it's got to be fun for the kids, right? If it's not fun for the kids, the parents aren't going to pay for it. If it's not safe for the kids, the parents aren't going to bring the kids there. The kids can say, it's so fun, mom, but the mom said, no, it's very dangerous. I'm not taking you there. That doesn't work, okay? And the transparency in the way that we do our business really, we thought, appealed to our user base. So that decision that we made extended to all of that. Marketing is everything. Right? Marketing is how your school smells, how you interact, the smile that you give your parents, the nice emails that you send out, the nice little text you send out, the birthday party, the handwritten letters you give to the kids after the first class. Like, all of that is marketing. And that all changed when we're just going to focus on kids. If you're an adult and teen students who come to our class, you're going to get the same experience. If you like it or not, I don't care, right? Because you're only 5% of our gross revenue, while 95% of my client is here and the kids. And then staffing became easier for us as well, because since we provide martial art instructions to kids, if you're not good with kids or you don't want to teach kids, then sorry, this company is not the right fit for you, right? I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. It's like, I don't want to teach kids classes. I'm like, okay, see ya. We're going to hire the right people that loves working with kids to be in our program, because that's what we do at InCourage Martial Arts. So that became easier as well. So that single decision, as you can see, had massive impact on our company. I like it a lot because it made it really simple to operate. We stopped trying to be everything to everybody, and we made sure that we were just the best martial arts program in our area for kids. That's it. That's where we sit today. InCourage Martial Arts is consistently rated as one of the top martial arts, if not the top martial arts schools in the Fairfax and Loudoun County area in Virginia, in the DC metro area. If you Google, let's say, martial arts in Fairfax, Virginia, you're going to see our name pop up, and you'll see that we not only have the highest Google ranking, but we also have double or triple the amount of reviews compared to our competitors, like over 500 as of today. Right? What is it? July of 2024. And that numbers continue to grow. And if you look at the comments and look at the reviews that people give us, it's going to be tailored towards kids. Like, this program is really good. My kids love it. They're so encouraging. They're so welcoming. All of that. That's because of this one decision that we made. And I've seen this over and over again, where when I've talked to studio operators, I think they're just doing too much. Yoga in the morning, children martial arts at night, Krav Maga on the weekend, kickboxing on every other Tuesday. It's just too much, right? You're trying to stretch yourself. It's like that restaurant that has like Thai food, Chinese food, Italian food. Right? Imagine that. It's like, what do you guys serve? We're like, oh, we got Thai food, we got Chinese food, and we got Italian. You're like, dude, I question all of that. How can you be good? How can you be good at making all these different type of food and think about all the ingredients that's in your kitchen? Whoever your chef is got to learn all of these different trades. No, I want to go to an Italian restaurant that focuses only on Italian restaurant when I'm in the mood for Italian. When I want some pad Thai, I'll go to a Thai specific restaurant. But that's what we try to do with our martial arts program in our studio sometimes. You have all of these different things so that when a client walks in, They see all these different posters in your studio, kickboxing, Krav Maga, self-defense, summer camp for kids, like martial arts. Like it's confusing. So what I recommend is for you to take a look at your revenue streams, like where all your money's coming from. And by the way, if you can't do that quickly with your software, you probably want to look at mystudio.io, schedule a demo with us, because this data should be at your fingertips, right? Looking at the dashboard, I should be able to see all of this. What type of programs bring in how much money? What type of events is making me money? This should be really simple and out on your dashboard, because having that information and understanding where my revenues are coming from is going to allow me to make better decisions. And if you're offering all of these different programs and one program is bringing you 50 to 60% of your revenue, and you offer like 5 different programs, I recommend just doubling down and really focusing on that program that's bringing you the most money, simplifying your product and your business. I think your staff will love you for it. And more importantly, you're going to get the right clientele that you need, right? And then you're going to grow just like we did. All right. So I hope that this episode resonated with you. And if it does, forward this on to your staff, because if they listen to it, they'll maybe get more buy-in if this is the direction that you're going, or forward it to a friend who you think is maybe struggling with this. And 2, please check out www.mystudio.io for the best software and building platform for your business. Thank you so much, everybody. See you on the next episode.